6th annual Festival Forestier de Senneterre. Last week the battles were intense, and this week they show no signs of slowing down. Hi, I'm Bill Diva. This week we're featuring the crosscut saw competition. Last year in Senneterre, a world record was set. The standing block chop. This event is the basic fundamental skill of the lumberjack. And the hot saw competition, where even the smallest mistake can cost you big. All that and more on Lumberjacks.
Lumberjacks is brought to you in part by Carhartt, rugged wear since 1889. Steel, manufacturer of the #1 chainsaw worldwide.
There were some big battles last week. The overall standings to this point of Wally Robarge in 5th place, a tie for 3rd with Gaston DePerry and Mike Sullivan, and Donald Lambert and Matt Bush leading the way. The crowd's all here, and there's a lot of enthusiasm here in Senneterre. We're just about ready to go for the men's underhand chop. This is the event, of course, where they're standing on the logs, chopping within inches of their feet. Donald Lambert and Gary Hammond. You're going to see a couple of different styles here. Gary, the big power man hitter, a little bit slower, but got to make sure he hits his lines. Donald Lambert will be a little faster, not quite as strong. Gary Hammond, very important to hit his lines here, saving every bit of his power. Donald Lambert working really fast. Nice clean line, especially on his right side. Gary Hammond makes his turn first. Donald Lambert right behind him. Donald Lambert, still lots of energy, coming on strong. Gary Hammond running out of gas a little bit. Donald Lambert working on finishing up here. Donald Lambert through first. You had a good block and a good chop? Tell me about it.
Firm block, very firm. Had to put precise hit to go through and make look it good.
Well, I look very good. Nice clean lines for Donald Lambert. Winning the first heat and setting the time to beat, but we got lots of good choppers to come. Two right here. We got John Kenward and David Engasser. David Engasser coming in, hitting his black lines right on the mark. Looks like John Kenward's a little inside his black lines. Could run into some trouble on his backside when he hasn't taken out of his front side. You can hear the rattle and the hum of this big steel constructed stage we're working on here today in Senneterre. Gonna try and beat Donald Lambert's time, both these guys. David Engasser looks like he's, and he is through! David Engasser winning the heat.
It's good wood. It come off sooner than I thought I was gonna. Just putting a chip in it to come off, but it's always better early than late.
Came off sooner than you thought. How come it came off sooner than you thought?
I guess I cut a little more in the front than I needed.
Sometimes dangerous business coming off sooner than you thought. You got to make sure you keep your balance. You got that sharp axe in your hand. Dave Engasser sets the time, the new time, 26.10. Guy's going to try and beat it right here. Jerry Gingras in the white. Mike Slingerland in the purple, the big guy. Again, he's got the more of the Gary Hammond style technique, a big hard hitter. Jerry Gingras hitting fast. Missed his line on that particular hit. Mike Slinger, a nice little three-step turn. Jerry Gingras just about the exact same time. Good chopping for Mike Slingerland. Jerry Gingras, lots of energy left, still hitting fast and pounding his way, finishing off his block. Mike Slingerland right behind. What's your coach telling you?
He's been training me hard all week there. He come up early from Connecticut and we met up and tried a few different things and seemed to really work for me.
I heard him say you weren't coming up hard, or?
Yeah, I've been bringing the axe up way too high, getting it over back behind my head, and I'm just wasting time in my swing.
Boy, Jerry's pretty lucky. He's got one of the best coaches in the world coaching him. Mike Sullivan from Connecticut. Dave Engasser still the guy to beat it, a little over 26 seconds. Matt Karp and Paul Feniger taking him on. Paul Feniger hitting his red line right on the money. First hit. You want to start good and finish good. Paul Feniger makes his turn just before Matt Karp, a couple seconds before him. Guys coming down hard. Clean line, smooth surface for Paul Feniger. Just finishing off, putting some drivers, taking a couple of extra swings as he loses his balance. Lost your balance there at the end. Tell me the piece of the right at the end there.
Oh, I thought it was going to drive off, and I went to drive and hit and come off with it, and it didn't quite come. So I had to get back up in the block and put another hit in.
Was it you or the wood?
Oh, it was me.
Good axeman never blames the wood or his tools. Gaston Duperry and Matt Bush. The event guests are still the time to beat. Notice a little bit of a different style here of Matt Bush. He doesn't slide his hand. Most guys slide their hands to bring the axe overhead. Matt Bush uses sort of a club method here, just clubbing the wood to death. Matt Bush ready to put some drivers in and done in no time at all. Winning this heat over Gaston Duperry.
Well, I felt strong in the front, hitting hard, so that's an improvement over what I've been doing. But in the back, when I turn, rush my hits, put the opening hit in a little bit offline, and then rush to the left side and put that one too straight in. And once your opening hits are offline, you have to follow them. So it basically cost me a couple hits in the back.
Well, he's still under 20 seconds. Going to be really tough to beat, but if anybody can do it, the guy in the blue shirt here in this heat, Mike Sullivan. He's a big power hitter that stays on his lines pretty well also. Wally Robarge, also a good chopper. Wally Robarge really, really fast. Maybe not as much power as the big, strong guys, but he's got a lot of swings per second. Mike Sullivan makes his turn first. Wally Robarge right behind him. Mike Sullivan, good, clean, powerful hitting. Gonna give Matt Bush a run for his money. And Mike Sullivan breaks through first. Wally Robarge holds on to his balance right behind him.
It kind of surprised me. It was better than I thought. I put a good front. I was a little cheap. You can see right here, I left that hit in the middle. And that cost me those drivers on the back. I don't know if you saw me drive it maybe 4, 5, 6 times.
The standing block chop came from the basic fundamental skill of a lumberjack being required to chop through a tree. It's very, very difficult to date the origin of the axe. Primitive man had a variety of tools available to him, with sharp rocks attached to sticks, used for cutting things, sharpening things, as well as hunting. By the late 1700s, when the logging industry began in Canada, the axe had evolved into the tool as we know it today. A long handle with a sharpened steel head. The axe was the main tool for the lumberjack for about 20 or 30 years, from the late 1700s till about the 1820s, when the crosscut saw was invented. The demise of the axe and the sealing of its fate really came about in the 1920s, 1930s, and 1940s, when a chainsaw was designed and developed. Today we know the axe is a tool used around the cottage, around the home, for splitting firewood and other odd and ends types of jobs. As well, we also know it as a tool used by many professional athletes and amateurs in lumberjack competitions. First heat of standing block chop. This heat's going to feature Matt Karp versus Gary Hammond. You see Gary's lines all marked out in the blue there on the log. He's got his breaking wood there in the center, where you don't have to chop all the way through the log. You got to break a lot of the wood. He's pulling out a couple of big chips right from the start. Twisting of the wrist as each axe hit goes in. Both guys hitting their wood exact same time, exact same pace. Gary Hammond looks like he may be turning a little bit early. Matt Karp right behind him. Gary Hammond's drivers on the front side didn't seem to be buried too far. He's going to have a lot of chopping to do on the other side. Matt Karp opened up a little bit more on his front side, and he's well on his way on his backside. Looks like it's going to be a real close heat. Matt Karp grimacing as he's working his way over the 40-second mark. And Matt Karp breaks down just ahead of Gary Hammond, a couple of strokes ahead of him. What about the wood?
The wood was good. It was me this time.
Missing the lines or?
Missing the lines. The axe was hanging, but it was my fault.
Well, we got a lot of good choppers here in Senneterre that do this event. I'm not sure how long 43 seconds is going to hold out, but it is the time to beat as we step up to the plate with Jerry Gingras and Dave Engasser. Dave Van Gasser, you see him reaching way back behind his head, coming in on those 45-degree angles. Jerry Gingras not opening up quite as wide in the front as Dave Van Gasser. Dave Van Gasser's got a big, wide open face here. That could help him on the backside. Jerry Gingras makes his turn. Both guys a little bit off their lines a little bit there. You can see some step action on their wood. Jerry Gingras didn't open up too much. He's got a lot of different steps on his front side there. Might say it's a little bit choppy. Dave Van Gasser, nice big wide back as well. He's ready to start driving. Jerry Gingras has got himself in a little bit of trouble there, driving straight in. Dave Van Gasser's ready to break the wood. Dave Van Gasser wins his heat over Jerry Gingras.
Pretty happy with it. I cut a bigger front than I probably needed, but it saved me in the back. I think Jerry turned before me. I got him in the back, but I spent day last week up with Matt Bush, and he helped me a lot. So it's not the prettiest cut, but it's a lot better than I've been, so I'm happy about that.
Getting coached by Matt Bush is a good thing, but Matt Karp is still the guy to beat. Donald Lambert's going to take him on in the heat by himself here. Donald Lambert hitting fast, and he's hitting furious. He's angry at that wood. Look at the face of Donald Lambert. Nice big clean lines in the front side. Drivers makes his turn over to the backside. He's hitting that wood fast, and he's hitting it hard. And he's ready to break it already. Great time for Donald Lambert.
Was quite nice. A couple of it I missed, especially at the finish. Too much square, not a line, and I should have finished one hit before, but that was good. I'm pleased.
Still got a few good guys to come. Here they are right here. You got Mike Slingerland and Matt Bush in this heat. Donald Lambert does have the new time to beat, though. Donald Lambert in first place with 26 seconds. Matt Bush, big, strong, strapping guy with those big swings. Mike Slingerland, excuse me, in the purple shirt, taking him on. These guys are good friends, traveling companions in lumberjack sports. Matt Bush looks like he made his turn slightly ahead of Mike Slingerland. Matt Bush is going to be ready to break it off for any second now. These guys are going to be close. They're both putting their drivers in. Matt Bush slightly ahead. Going to be a close one. No, I'm not sure, but I think you beat your buddy over there by about a half a swing. How do you feel about beating your buddy?
That's good. Yeah, it's always a good thing.
It doesn't feel good to beat me, but it would feel really bad if he lost to me.
It's not official. We got to wait for the timers.
No, he beat me. Good job, Matt.
Well, it is official now. Matt Bush, the new man to beat in 23.57. If anybody's going to beat him, it could be Mike Sullivan here. He's an excellent chopper, world-class caliber. Gaston Duperry right there with him. Oh, big glancing blow on Gaston's opening hit. Could spoil a little bit of the concentration. Again, need a lot of concentration to hit those lines. And look at Mike Sullivan hitting those lines. Both guys make their turn to the backside exact same time. Looks like Gaston's working outside the lines a little bit, maybe a little bit too wide. Mike Sullivan not taking any time at all to get through this wood. Bang, and he's through.
I watched Matt in the heat before me, and he put 8 in the front, 11 in the back. So I said, I'll put 11 in the front and 8 in the back. And it didn't quite get it in 8 in the back, but I don't know. I chopped a little quicker than Matt, and that was a little slow, so it's going to be close.
Horsepower, muscle, and knowledge. One of the finest lumberjack mechanics in the business, Gaston Duperry.
It's a 250 Honda 91. This hose goes at the foam gas, and this line is for the hair. And this foam push the hair inside of this line, and the hair come inside in the tank for push the oil at the bar. And when I want more oil, just close the valve. This cab is a Tiverson cab. Everything inside this cab is modified. The most important thing, this little part inside helps the two gas to become in fume. This gives you a lot of power. Yes, the bar have to be strong because when you have a lot of RPM, the bar shakes like that a lot. And sometimes you have so many shakes, the chain came off. The length of the pipe is shorter than the original pipe. This design of the pipe gave me 7 horsepower more.
This event definitely takes a variety of different skills, part mechanic, part lumberjack, and a little bit of muscle man as well to handle these saws. We got Wally Robarge versus Charles-Henri Gagné. 3 cuts, down, up, down, cold start. Looks clean so far. And Robarge has a bit of a hard time in the 3rd cut. And Charles-Henri blows a gas tank, blows a chain, still wins the heat though. And Wally's just a smoking.
I've been having problems with my upcut, and it just pushes me right out because it's got a lot of power to it, 325 cc's. So I just do the down cuts, no problem. The upcuts seem to push me out, so I put a leg brace on it, hoping that would help.
Next see, we got Gaston Dupere versus Mike Sullivan. Got to beat Charles-Henri Gagné. Gaston's running a Honda engine here. Mike Sullivan has a hard time with the pull cord. It comes loose, saw doesn't start. Gaston looks clean all the way. And Mike Sullivan's recoiled his pull cord. Away he goes. A little bit late. Lots of power.
This is the three good cookies. In the 1st cut, I split the line. And I split the line at the 3rd cut. Very good. I don't know exactly the time, my time and the other time, but it's a good time. I think it's hard to beat.
It's going to be very tough to beat. Gaston's always tough to beat. He's one of the best in the world. Got a couple of good competitors here. Jerry Gingras from New Hampshire, Donald Lambert from Quebec. Both guys with their motorcycles. Donald making sure he gets his pull cord in the exact right spot. Cold start, 3 cuts. Jerry Gingras wins the heat over Donald Lambert. Tell me about your machine.
Well, it's a YZ175 Yamaha there that Chauncey Bonney built out of Saltaire, Vermont. And she runs on a little methanol and nitro mix. She ran real good today, just like bobbled in the 3rd cut there. Cost me a little bit of time.
He's going to switch over to gasoline and ride that bike back to New Hampshire after the show's over here. Paul Feniger, Matt Bush, next 2 guys to try and beat Gaston Dupere, who's at 5.77. Good clean cut by Matt. Oh, Matt Bush's chain falls off. Paul Feniger looks clean.
Oh, it was awesome. Good cut. Real good cut. I was quick to the wood, and I was pushing on it. Good changes. It's probably one of my best cuts.
We're here in beautiful northern Quebec at the 6th annual Festival Forestier de Senneterre. We're just about ready to get started with the 2-man crosscut saw. Real teamwork required in this one. Of course, the good old-fashioned crosscut saw, except these saws aren't old and they're not old-fashioned. They're modern-day racing machines, these saws, and powered by man. We got Matt Bush and Mike Slingerland versus Gaston Dupere and Donald Lambert. 1 cut of this 18-inch round timbers. They're really close. Both guys using full blades. Holy cow, too close to call. Everything went good?
Yeah, for the first time we saw together, I think it's a good cut.
We haven't heard the official announcement yet. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm not really sure. It's probably come down all into the watches. We sawed reasonably well. A little bit of trouble in the bottom, so got to be happy with it.
Well, Bush and Slingerland got it. The judges and timers, of course, are instructed to start their watches when the saw starts sawing. This heat we have Napoleon Mercier and Kevin Moynihan versus Paul Feniger, Wally Robarge. Moynihan, Mercier, Vinegar Robarge looking very, very clean, nice and smooth, driving down to the end. Vinegar Robarge come through first in a good, clean time. What happened in that cut?
Everything went right. We cut right through it. I thought we had a good cut. We can't cut any better than that. No.
Can't cut any better. Boy, the times are close in this one. They were less than a second behind, about 1/100th of a second. This heat, Jerry Gingras, Mike Sullivan versus Engasser and Karp. These times are really, really close. I think the whole thing's going to be decided by less than a second. You can hear the handles banging. They're using so much of the blade. And Bush and Gingras down first. You're pretty happy with the saw and the cut. Tell me about your saw.
Well, this is another JP Mercier saw. It liked this wood. It really liked it. And Jerry and I, this is the first big cut we made together. First year sawing kind of together, so it was a good cut.
All that's left is a little bit, actually a lot of cleanup here in Senneterre. We had a great day with a lot of great battles. We had Gaston Duperry winning the open modified saw in a time of 5.77 seconds. Matt Bush and Mike Slingerland won the crosscut saw in 6.48 seconds. Matt Bush also won the standing block chop in 23.57, and he took the underhand chop in 18.04. The final results have been tabulated. Wally Robarge is in 5th place, Donald Lambert in 4th, Mike Sullivan in 3rd, and Matt Bush in 2nd. The overall lumberjack of the day, just 1 point ahead with 32 points, was Gaston Duperry, a local favorite from Shipshaw, Quebec. Join us next week when we'll be in Middle Musquodoboit, Nova Scotia, right here on Lumberjacks.
Lumberjacks is brought to you in part by Carhartt, rugged wear since 1889. Steel, manufacturer of the #1 chainsaw worldwide.
So what are we going to do today?
Same thing as always.
Gotcha!